Conduct the speed up, slow down thing.
We almost need to try that out.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have to feel out just how this marriage works.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of those little things we need to go over.
The Kiss Symphony story began 3 months before the concert. We sat down with our conductor, David Campbell, to see how we could combine the music of Kiss and a symphony orchestra.
We may be better off starting with Detroit Rock City and just rocking out all the way in the end. We noticed that originally where the song was put was sort of 3/4 down, and it tended to all of a sudden settle, and then you sort of, gee, that's musical, let's listen to it.
I think that's better when we start trying to play it electrically. You know,
although nothing would prevent you from, if you're not getting the ping da 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 with a choral effect, nothing would prevent Tommy from picking up an electric guitar while we're doing that in the acoustic segment. But in terms of the how the set moves, it probably works better.
It seems to fit much nicer.
You have your choice of who you want to get dressed up as.
People have been asking me this for weeks now. So
oh, we're gonna have photos of you, and we're gonna send it to every act you've ever worked with.
The cool thing was that he understood just innately and instinctively that the idea here was not to wimp out Kiss with an orchestra, but to pump it up and to maybe give an orchestra teeth it never had before.
David proved that our imagination could become reality, that Kiss could in fact become Kiss Symphony.
Years after their first Australian tour, the pageant performers are here for a one-off spectacular with the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra.
Looking forward to seeing Peter?
Yes.
Is he your favourite?
Yep. It's shocking that he didn't come 2 years ago.
But he's here now.
Yeah, that's good. That's the best thing.
Brisbane. Go anywhere for Kiss.
Yeah.
You're really cool, and I like your music, and you Criss up on stage, you're really cool.
And you?
Love you all, Kiss.
Songs don't quite live. Yeah, the jacket's in heat. Camp.
After this long trip overseas, getting off the plane, we were almost delirious. We were really, really excited. I mean, how can you not be when you're getting such a response from the people who were there, from the media, from the fans?
When we came out of customs, I was blown away by the fan response, especially towards me. I mean, I was the new guy in town, and everyone made me feel welcome immediately. It was cool.
Let's hope you're carrying your own bag.
We were a bit jittery. We weren't exactly sure what this Kiss Symphony would actually sound like. We knew what we sounded like. We knew what a symphony orchestra would sound like, but we didn't have a clue what it would sound like together.
Paul! Everybody coming to the show? Yeah! Paul, so you go to the show, Paul. I'm going to the show.
We'll be there with you.
Paul, can you sign mine, please?
My heart was racing to think, man, like I was going to play with the Melbourne Symphony. I had a lot of like anxiety, man, but it was a good anxiety.
When it all began, there was a moment of insanity where somebody came up with the idea that Kiss, of all bands, would work with a world-class symphony orchestra.
Kiss and symphony aren't two words necessarily that go together, but in very short order, it was very clear that we were all here for one thing and one thing only. Both the symphony and Kiss would get together and create something big and something bombastic.
Now my luggage is really weighing tight.
Where's the cans of hairspray?
I'll get it.
That's good, though.
There's not a lot in them. This man is responsible for the hole in the ozone layer.
Oh, that's funny.
Birds fly over his house.
I make the chestnuts banging.
That's what I'm talking about.
The anticipation of meeting people we'd never seen before, let alone coming all the way from the States, was exciting and unsettling, because what normally might take months of preparation had to happen in about 3 days.
Oh, I'm enjoying it a lot. Yeah.
The orchestra had only seen the music that day.
When we were walking into the first rehearsal, the road ahead was unknown. We literally had no idea what kind of world we were stepping into.
It's my great pleasure to introduce the band. They're all in here now.
I got you good, didn't I?
Stanley.
It's not working. Thank you.
Gene Simmons. Peter Criss, who's somewhere. Yeah, there he is. There's Peter over there. And Tommy Thayer. And it's a great pleasure to welcome back David Campbell, who some of you will remember conducted the string session that we did for to pre-record the tenor and renaissance for the Olympics.
You'll notice in the parts that there aren't very many dynamic markings because it's kind of a situation, when in doubt, play loud. It was sort of pointless to... I always remember the first meeting I had with the band, Gene's comment was, you know, in that spot right there, there's going to be bombs going off, so you better have every part of the orchestra playing. So I took that to task, and so everyone's playing a lot. So we're starting with God of Thunder.
The first time I heard the symphony play was like you get reassured about something and you feel real good about it. That's how I felt when I heard them.
That's very good. Let's put a little breath between da, dee, da, da, so you get a good accent on the second note of the bar.
Once we got started, there was still some tension in the air. We were still really just checking each other out.
There was really the sense of two worlds colliding, but we really believed that impact would lead to something unknown and spectacular.
Rock and roll. 3, 4.
sure enough, as soon as we started playing, our worst fears were met head on. We weren't playing with the orchestra, or the orchestra wasn't playing with us. It didn't matter, but we weren't playing together.
It was clear we weren't synchronized. They were feeling it one way, we were certainly feeling it another.
Oh, you think it's me not locked in with the orchestra and everybody else is locked in?
Well, everybody is a contributing factor, no?
It seems as if we're in sync here.
Huh? Did it feel like it was getting faster? Or did we not start?
I don't think we're in sync together. It seems like you guys are in sync with yourselves. We're playing with Peter, and it somehow doesn't seem to lock.
Okay, I wasn't wearing my headphones, so sometimes I couldn't hear the band so well. That was...
How about we get a small camera and put a little monitor so Peter can watch you?
My main point was I didn't think we were synced.
Let's just do it again. Do it again.
And it was very clear that we'd have to turn our instruments down. So in a real way, we would actually have to be listening to somebody else. Usually, we just listen to each other.
See this orchestra that was used to playing Beethoven, Mozart, Schubert, Schumann, and on and on and on, and here they are playing God of Thunder. It was so surreal, and yet it was so right.